Hey, what's going on, guys? I know I haven't got a chance to do videos in a long time, but I am back. And I do have some advice. I wanted to make a little advice video. The first advice is, a lot of people in the Discord are reporting that Windows Update seems to be stopping the controller from working correctly. And I don't know that they're fixing it or they're coming out with a patch, one netbook. Hopefully they are. I mean, I haven't really been following them that much. I mean, as much as I was. There are third-party apps that will stop Windows Update. I'm gonna show you guys what update I'm on, and I'm fine right now. But okay, so if you look here, what I've just been doing is just pausing it. So September 16 was the last time. I mean, there was like a couple of days ago, I think, was the last time I paused it. Anytime it tries to do a stupid update, I pause it. You know how Windows is. They're going to just keep forcing you to have updates. Forcing updates in the background. So what I do periodically, I check here, and I just pause all updates if I'm going to be on the internet. Because something about the latest update of Windows that, I mean, according to a lot of people that have the same issue, well, a few people that have actually spoken to me about it, it's completely stopped their controller from working, functioning, or stopped parts of it, like the keyboard button and all that stuff from working. To avoid all that, make sure you don't update Windows. You don't need to update Windows when you get the device. The only thing you need to do is update the drivers. So like if you just got the device today and you got maybe the latest version, which is the 1195 G7 or the 1185 G7, whichever version you got, you don't really need to do Windows updates. Windows will try to automatically do it. Just go there and pause it and hope for the best. Keep checking. I think every 7 days or something. When you pause it, it's like 7 days. Every 7 days, check to make sure it's not doing it. And those major updates that screw up things, when you go to restart or shut down, it'll say shut down and restart with update or something like that. That's the red flag. Make sure you don't, if that means, oh, maybe I didn't pause the updates, go back there, pause the update. It won't do that update. It's a major update, and apparently it's destroying some people's controller functionality, and then they have to take down their whole system after putting all their games and stuff on there, and it's a factory default, and that's a real pain in the ass. So I just wanted to give people a heads up warning about that, because it was just brought to my attention not too long ago. So another thing is, I recommend that if you don't want to open up your device, I recommend you get this here, the Samsung portable T5, which is a SSD, is a 2 terabyte SSD. Okay, it doesn't get hot. I've run games from it. I've done benchmarks. It's pretty fast, and like I said, it doesn't require you to open your device. It's really small, so if you wanted to mount it with Velcro, which I haven't done yet, you have some options. Okay. Oops. Sorry, my phone is falling off the thing. 1 second. Okay. Now, if you wanted to mount it to the back, you do have some options. There's like a little space here. You can put like a piece of Velcro there, maybe cover this, and then you only need to put it on after you do that, or I don't know. There's a few different spots. I wouldn't put it here, only because I don't know, this area gets a little hot. I don't know if that's going to affect it, but this device doesn't get hot at all. But when you're playing games for a long time, maybe this gets hot in the back here, and you could put it up like that. The cord is really long and thick. Now what I tried to do is get a thinner cord. I got like a really small thinner cord. It's a USB-C to USB-C, and for some reason, even though it had enough power to power up this, and it specifically said it's for the T5, it didn't work. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Yeah, here it is. So I bought this wire. It's a very thin wire. It's very small. It's inconspicuous. Better than this, especially if you're going to mount it. I haven't gotten the chance to mount it yet, but I'm probably going to do that because I got a whole bunch of Steam games on here. So this would be ideal. It's a little small little thing, And if you're gonna mount it, you know, it's very easy and simple. You just boom, boom, and you have just one wire sticking out of the top if you want to do it that way. But for whatever reason, it did work. It did work when I mounted it with this cord. But for whatever reason, it would disconnect randomly. Doesn't do that with the original cord, but for some reason it randomly disconnects. I don't know if that's something to do with, I don't know. It has to have to do with the cord, because that's the only thing I do differently. So, but this cord said on Amazon is made specifically for the T5. Works with the T5. Evidently, it does not work with the T5. But the T5 is very good. I have a whole bunch of stuff on here. 2 terabytes. And remember, I got the 1 terabyte version of the OneXplayer. And I have the SD card in there as well, which is a terabyte. SD card and the USB port are both data capped. If you guys see my previous video, you understand. But the USB Type C's are not data capped. That's why, you know, if you're going to get an SSD, it should be a USB Type C SSD. And like I said, I like this because it's out of the way. It's just one cord like that if you are mounting it, and it's actually easier to mount without covering the vents on this device because of how small it is. But I couldn't get this cord to stay working. I was playing a game, then all of a sudden disconnect. I don't know. Weird shit. But other than that, I do have other recommendations. Might as well show you guys. Now I bought this from Amazon a long time ago. The reason why I didn't mention it in any of my videos before is because I did have some problems with it. But if you're looking to expand your space without having to open it, this is also a good thing. You can put like little USB ports, little USB sticks in there, and you have a SD card slot and a micro SD card slot, so you can expand the memory. And it's also very small, actually smaller than the T5 if you look here. So it's a little easier to mount, but the cord is a lot smaller, so you don't have as much options. My thing about this is this would be cheaper, like if you were trying to expand the space to its maximum capacity. For example, like if you got a 1 terabyte SD card and then a 1 terabyte micro SD card, and then you got some 1 terabyte USB sticks, just to get more space, it would actually cost more than just buying this by itself, which is a 2 terabyte. But I mean, it's whoever, you know, based on your preference. The problem with this is, for some reason, now I had all of the USB ports all doctored up, and you know, there was no data cap. So you know how these are data capped. So the ports here, when I plugged in the USB 3.0, there was no cap. The speed tests all checked out. It was all good, and I was going to recommend this to you guys earlier, but for some reason, when I had all the slots filled up, it would stop. It would disconnect 2 of the slots. I don't know. I think it was the SD cards, the 2 SD cards. While you're using it, it'll make the sound, and it'll just like disconnect and reconnect. The folders will come back up, and it would do that over and over. And only when I had all of the slots covered. So I don't know what that is or what's up with that, but it worked fine when I had all the slots except 1 USB port covered. So it makes me think that it's some kind of power issue with the device. That's why, you know, I'm kind of reluctant to recommend it. But if this is something that might work for you and you don't really need all of the slots, maybe you'll use just some of them, then I'll leave the link in the description for Amazon in case you guys want that. Other than that, I mean, I really don't have anything else to recommend to you guys as far as peripherals, because I mean, I've just been using it with the stuff I already made videos on. So that's about it. Thanks for watching.